She delivered it evenly, the way someone asks for dessert. My ex wants me back. Give me one reason I should stay with you instead. The restaurant buzzed around us. Silverware tapping plates, glasses damp with condensation, laughter spilling from a nearby table. But her words sliced through all of it, sharp and exact. I studied her face, perfect posture, carefully rehearsed concern in her eyes. The same eyes that once pleaded with me not to walk away. Now they were appraising me, assigning value. I didn't respond immediately. Something shifted in my chest. Not hurt, not fury, recognition. I asked her softly, "Can you give me one reason to stay with you?" She blinked, once, then again. The silence stretched thin. She reached for her wine glass and missed it by an inch, corrected herself, smiled as if nothing had happened. I stood, placed cash on the table, exactly half the check. No tip, no scene, and I walked out. 3 days later, she was at my door, crying. Mascara smeared, hands unsteady. The version of her designed to summon guilt. She kept repeating my name like a prayer she no longer believed in. I didn't ask her inside. That's when things truly began to come apart. Because that dinner wasn't the first fracture. It was confirmation. Weeks earlier, I'd noticed the hesitations. How she angled her phone away from me. How she said work, but stopped complaining about it. How intimacy became scheduled, efficient, hollow. I told myself it was stress. That's what you do when clarity feels dangerous. Then came the name. She said it once in her sleep. A whisper heavy with familiarity, with possession. It wasn't mine. I didn't confront her. I didn't ask. I observed. I listened. I stopped tracking feelings and started tracking patterns. Receipts that didn't align with dates. Calls that ended the moment I walked in. A smile that arrived half a beat too late. She wasn't being reckless. She was being meticulous. And that was what hurt most. Not the betrayal, but the care taken to hide it. So when she asked me to compete with her past over dinner, it didn't stun me. Clarified everything. At my doorstep, she cried about mistakes, confusion, needing closure. I nodded, steady, contained. The pieces were already in place. While she weighed him against me, I had already chosen something else. The truth. Once you see someone clearly, you can't look away again. I didn't slam the door that night. That would have been emotional. Instead, I stepped aside. She mistook it for forgiveness. I mistook her relief for remorse. She talked too much. People always do when they think they're safe. Stories about loneliness. About him reaching out at the wrong moment. About how nothing physical happened. About how I was still her refuge. I listened the way strangers listen on trains. Present, detached, taking notes without attachment. While she cried on my couch, her phone lit up, face down, vibrated once, then again. She didn't reach for it. I did the math. After she fell asleep, I unlocked it. She'd never changed the passcode. People who think they're clever get careless. The messages weren't romantic. They were worse. Logistics, dates, inside jokes built on shared history. Complaints about me, how I was dependable but dull. How he made her feel alive again. Alive. I captured everything. Sent it to myself. Returned the phone exactly where it had been. Then I waited. Over the next few days, I became agreeable, calm, attentive. I let her believe she was winning me back. I let her talk about fresh starts. All the while, I verified records, calls, locations, timelines so precise they could survive scrutiny. She hadn't reopened an old chapter. She'd never closed it. So I invited her to dinner. Same restaurant. Same table. She smiled when we sat down, reached for my hand like it still belonged there. I waited until the food arrived. Then I slid my phone across the table. Not harshly, gently. She looked down, scrolled. Her expression collapsed in phases. Confusion, then panic, then the slow, irreversible realization that the story was finished. "I can explain," she whispered. I nodded. I knew that hurt her more than shouting ever could. She cried, apologized, reached for me like I was the last solid thing in a burning building. I didn't pull away. I just said, "You asked me for a reason to stay." I stood, paid the full bill this time, left a tip. Outside, she followed me, begging now, no strategy left. Saying his name by accident, correcting herself too late. I turned once, only once. "He wanted you back," I said. "You wanted options. I wanted the truth." Then I left. She called for weeks after that. Messages shifted from love to anger to regret. I didn't block her. I let silence handle it. Revenge doesn't need noise. It needs precision. Her final message read, "I lost something real." She was right, just not the way she thought. I didn't lose her. I lost the illusion, and I've slept better ever since.